Okay, so today we're going to make a video here for the 5 trigonometric values of an angle. So we see that the angle here is in quadrant 3, somewhere between 180 and 270, and they're giving us one of the trigonometric values, cosine. Now there's a couple of different ways we could attack this problem. We could use the cosine value to draw a triangle, find the missing side using the Pythagorean theorem, and solve for all sides of the triangle. The way I'm going to do it in this video is I'm going to use the Pythagorean identity in case we are asked to do that and just to practice using it. So the Pythagorean identity is cosine squared of theta plus sine squared of theta equals 1. Now for this particular example, we know the cosine of the angle. So instead of cosine of theta, I'm going to put negative 2/5 squared. And instead of sine of theta, since we don't have theta, we have a, I'm going to put sine squared of a equals 1. If I go through and solve for the sine of a, I should then know the value of the sine of a, and then that'll help me find the sines, cosines, and all the rest of the trigonometric values. So negative 2 over 5 squared, we know a negative number squared is a positive number, so this becomes 4 over 25 plus sine squared of a equals 1. If I subtract 4 over 25 from both sides, use your calculators here, right? We don't want to mess up something. That's easy to do in our calculator. We wind up getting 21 over 25. Now, if I want to just get the sine of a instead of sine squared of a, I'm actually going to take the square root of both sides. So we're going to wind up having the sine of a is equal to the square root of 21 over 5. Now, whenever you do that in an equation, you get plus or minus. But we have to remember from way back at the beginning, we're actually in quadrant 3. So if we're in quadrant 3, I know that the sine of a is equal to negative square root of 21 over 5. So now we know the cosine of a and we know the sine of a. I need to find all 5, I only know one of them. So to find tangent, we know that the tangent of an angle is equal to the sine of the angle over the cosine of the angle. If we simplify this fraction, we notice that both denominators have a denominator of 5, so we can cancel those. And we know a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so now we know that the tangent of theta is a square root of 21 over 2. Now let's talk about the reciprocals. The reciprocal of cosine is secant. So if I just take that negative 2/5 and flip it, I get negative 5/2. I know that the reciprocal of sine is cosecant. So if I just take that and flip it, I get negative 5 over the square root of 21, which we can rationalize by multiplying by the square root of 21 on top and bottom. And we get a final answer there for cosecant of negative 5 square roots of 21 over 21. The last one we have to find is the reciprocal of tangent, which would be cotangent. So if we flip that, we get positive 2 over the square root of 21, right? Remember, we're in quadrant 3, so tangent and cotangent are the only positive angles. Just like we did with cosecant, we'll multiply by the square root of 21 on top and bottom, and we wind up having 2 square roots of 21 over 21. So your 5 answers are going to be here, 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 and here. If you're able to do a question like that, you'll be able to get the hardest question on the quiz on Monday correct. Have a good weekend.
Yeah. Have a good weekend.